Coming up, casting yard expressions, ideas you won't believe. And keeping up with the weather isn't all that easy in Oklahoma. This and more when we come back. Hello, I'm Sam Jones. Well, sir, you can't say when the chips are down, Oklahoma lawmakers don't get her done. The Senate, acting on the last of February, passed and sent to the governor a bill that would make the state compliant with the Real Federal ID Act. Governor Fallin had called for such a bill in her address to lawmakers earlier in the month. Wow, that was fast, for Oklahoma anyway. She signed it into law Thursday, March 2nd, and thanked lawmakers for their quick action. You see, the Federal Real ID Act was passed in 2005. That's 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Now, I suppose that would be considered quick action by some in our state. The Federal Act was in response to the 9/11 attack in New York in 2001, in which the real bad dudes, as the current president likes to call them, used fake IDs to board a commercial airliner that they used in the attack. Oklahoma lawmakers resisted the Real ID Act, saying that it would violate individual privacy rights. It wouldn't, of course. There's no way. But standing up to the feds this way helped them get reelected. So for years, they relied on extensions to stall taking a grown-up position. Finally, Oklahoma ran out of time. No more extensions from the federal government. Either pass the legislation, or residents are going to need passports to fly on commercial airliners, or enter federal facilities such as the federal courthouse or a military base. Okay, it passed. But according to the Department of Public Safety, it'll be at least 24 to 30 months before it can be implemented. Now, we have a legislative history here of putting off serious work until forced into a corner. Right now, dark clouds are rolling in, and I'm not talking about dust storms. Those dark clouds are bills that have to be paid, not enough money to do the job. Major cuts are coming. 2 years of revenue failure and budget shortfalls were to blame, and of course the downturn in the oil industry. But the truth is, our revenue problems grew because the legislature decided in recent years to reduce the individual income tax rate, expand tax incentives for businesses, of course, and industry, and to cut taxes paid on oil and natural gas production. Well, the state's bond and debt ratings have now been cut again because of lawmakers' inaction. Now let's see. It took 12 years just to take care of our Real ID dilemma. How long do you suppose it's going to take legislative leaders to solve our financial crisis? And while we wait, expect budget cuts all across the board. Yes, education's going to get kicked again. But we just keep sending the same folks back to the legislature. That's absolutely amazing to me. And that's my perspective. Well, sir, up next, you already know how Oklahoma weather can and does change quickly. We have a couple of folks who are usually right in the middle of it all. We'll be back with more right after this.